If I offered you a $100,000 salary today, there's a good chance it would still keep you stressed, trapped, and one emergency away from panic. Six figures. That number used to mean you made it. Big house, nice car, vacations, security. So here's the uncomfortable question. Why are millions of Americans earning $100,000 a year and still feeling broke? Why does payday feel good for 1 hour and stressful for the next 30 days? And more importantly, if $100,000 isn't enough anymore, what is? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the American dream is quietly slipping away, even for people who did everything right. Picture this. You wake up on a Monday morning. Your alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. You live in a decent apartment, not luxury, not terrible. You make $100,000 a year. Sounds successful, right? But before your feet even touch the floor, your phone lights up. Mortgage reminder, health insurance premium, student loan auto debit, and suddenly that six-figure salary feels very small. Let's rewind for a second. Back in the 1980s and 90s, a $100,000 salary meant real power. According to inflation calculators, $100,000 in 1995 is worth over $200,000 today. So when people say, you make six figures, you should be fine, they're comparing today's income with yesterday's prices. That's the first trap. And nowhere is this more obvious than housing. If you're buying a home, forget it. Even with a $100,000 salary, banks hesitate. Down payments feel impossible, and mortgages become lifelong commitments. As economist Robert Shiller once said, home prices don't just reflect shelter, they reflect fear of being left behind. That fear pushes people to stretch, and stretching leads to stress. Now let's talk about something people don't like to discuss until it's too late. Healthcare. You can do everything right. Eat healthy, exercise, work hard, and one medical emergency can wipe out years of progress. Even with employer-provided insurance, the average American still pays thousands of dollars a year in premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket costs. So imagine this. You make $100,000, you feel safe. Then a child gets sick, or you need surgery, or a chronic condition appears and suddenly six figures don't protect you anymore. They just delay the pain. Now let's add another layer. Children. Childcare costs in America are not just expensive, they're shocking. In many states, full-time daycare costs more than college tuition. Let that sink in. You're paying thousands of dollars a month just so you can go to work. To earn the money to pay for childcare, it's a loop, a stressful one. The U.S. Department of Labor reports that childcare can consume 20 to 30% of a family's income, even at higher salary levels. So when someone earning $100,000 says, I don't feel rich, this is why. And then comes the silent enemy no one warns you about. Lifestyle creep. You don't upgrade everything overnight. It happens slowly. A nicer apartment, a better car, because you deserve it. More subscriptions, more convenience, and suddenly your expenses rise to meet your income. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman famously noted that happiness plateaus after basic needs are met, but spending keeps rising anyway. So even at $100,000, you're running faster, just to stay in the same place. Now let's talk about taxes, because they matter more than people admit. That $100,000 salary isn't what hits your bank account. Federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare. That's not six figures anymore. That's barely middle class, especially in expensive cities. And inflation? Inflation quietly eats what's left. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, utilities cost more. Inflation over the past few years has eroded purchasing power faster than wages increased. So every year your money buys less, even though your salary looks impressive on paper. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The American dream wasn't designed for modern prices. It was built when housing was affordable, education was cheaper, healthcare was manageable, and one income could support a family. Today, a $100,000 salary often supports survival, not freedom. Not wealth, not security, not peace of mind. If this is hitting close to home, you're not alone. And if you want more honest conversations about money, income, and financial reality, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. So let's answer the big question. Why isn't $100,000 enough anymore? Because costs rose faster than wages. Because housing became an investment, not a home. Because healthcare turned into a financial gamble. Because childcare became a luxury. Because inflation keeps stealing quietly. And because expectations changed but support didn't. The number didn't fail you, the system did. Let me leave you with this thought. If $100,000 is the new middle class, then financial freedom no longer comes from salary alone. It comes from skills, from leverage, from smart decisions, from understanding the game instead of just playing it. And that conversation? We're just getting started. What once symbolized success now often means financial stress, exposing a deeper problem with the modern economic system, not individual effort.